Hi everyone, it's Star Sketch and welcome back to week 3 of the Ground Yourself workbook series. Today we will be doing Be Aware with Your Senses, essentially doing some grounding techniques to have you connect more with your body and the 5 senses: sight, sound, taste, touch, and hearing. So let's get into the section. Grounding techniques help control flashbacks, anxiety, and other uncomfortable symptoms by turning attention away from the thoughts, memories, or worries and refocusing on the present moment. Types of grounding techniques: 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 technique. You use each of the senses to take in the details of your environment in the present moment, which we are going to do it here, and other things. Categories: list as many as you can in any 3 categories, like movies, animals, colors, and more. So for example, you give yourself a category of colors and you just think of as many colors because it literally distracts your brain from what you were thinking about to a new topic. Body awareness: bring your focus to the present moment by doing simple physical body movements. So this is something I do in EMDR, but you could do this on your thighs. You could do this by crossing your arms over your chest, but essentially it's a tapping thing. So when you do the bilateral stimulation, I'll show it here as if I was doing it. You just kind of tap each of your arms. So you do fast tapping when you're connecting to a memory, but you do slow tapping when you're trying to ground yourself. So for this particular grounding technique, you could just tap, tap. Just have like a little rhythm with it. As you're breathing, you could do the 4 square breathing while you do it. It might be a lot to do at the same time, but I really like that bilateral stimulation that I do in EMDR. So that could be something that you could do. And mental exercises. So take your mind off negative thoughts with discrete mental exercises, such as counting backwards: 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Naming objects around you: Celsius, markers, paintbrushes, canvas. You get what I mean. Doing some spelling, like how do you spell supercalifragilistic? Sorry, I'm in a silly mood. How do you spell stitch? S-T-I-T-C-H. Sometimes you have to think about that. Like restaurant, if someone asked me that, I would not be able to. It's so hard for me. Anywho, I'm kind of going off track. What exercises would you find helpful when you need to ground yourself in the present moment? So for me, it's the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 method. I love that one. I also love bilateral stimulation, like I was talking about. And I'm going to put this because this is for my personal thing, but my grounding visualization when we end off our EMDR sessions is called the Happy Cottage. So we kind of named it that, and every time we end, we do this visualization of this dream happy cottage that I love. So, and she loves doing that visualization for me. She says one of her favorites. And what was the other one that I like doing? Oh, I do like the categories too. But another one I like to do is just sort of think of a happy memory. I don't know how else to say that, but like sometimes when my mind starts to wander with the negative thoughts, I think about the most recent time I went to Disney with my dad. I think about hanging out with my Nana, which makes me emotional afterwards considering she did pass away. But then I also think about the first time I met Anthony and all those butterflies I felt and how giddy I was, those kind of feelings. And it helps me to kind of center back and be like, I'm so grateful for the people in my life, for the things I've done, and expressing that gratitude. And it completely makes me not even think about what I was originally thinking about. So Something in dialectical behavioral therapy that I learned is that there are specific grounding exercises that you can do for each of your senses. So this is not what the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 technique is. This is just more activities to do for those specific senses if you want to do something for that. So for example, for sight, you can visualize a happy place or a comforting image. That's kind of what I do with the happy memory or with the happy cottage visualization. For sound, listen to soothing sounds or the noise of traffic outside. The traffic thing, not my thing, but just pulling up YouTube and being like, you know, whatchamacallit, pulling up YouTube and seeing those like campfire videos or lo-fi music, anything like that. Just music in general. I'm just gonna put that here, music. Because music, in my opinion, just helps me ground myself so easily. Smell something pleasant like perfume, freshly baked cookies, or the scent of rain, which is ironic because every time I do my happy cottage visualization, there is actually a part of it where I eat a part of a sugar cookie before I go look outside to see like the fawn and the bunnies and the flowers during the visualization. So that's funny that mentions that, because every single time that's like embracing another scent in a way, because I literally feel like I could smell and taste the sugar cookie. But you know, having pleasant smells, especially lavender too. Lavender is so helpful, especially when I sleep. I have lavender now to just kind of sprinkle all over my bed and stuff, and I have it for my diffuser, so I love it. Hold or touch an object and focus on how it feels. So for example, with the Celsius can, not sponsored, it feels cold, it feels smooth, it feels, I don't know, that's really it. But just doing something like that, or holding a stuffed animal and feeling how soft it is, or petting your own animal. I love doing that anyways. And taste. So drink a cold or hot beverage. Speaking of, I have my water here, so I'm going to definitely sip that if you'd like to have a sip with me of water. And it just kind of helps you bring yourself back, and also it keeps you hydrated. So it's kind of a best of both worlds. All right, now we're going to do the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 exercise to end the video. So ask yourself, what are 5 things you could see, 4 things you could feel, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. So let's write it out below. So I see markers, Stanley water bottle, I see my Celsius can, my pen, and this workbook. I feel the desk, the ground, my chair, and the workbook. So literally like on the paper. For here, the 3 things I can hear my own voice. Can hear cars outside. And I hear birds chirping outside. I don't know if you guys can pick that up, but I definitely hear them. I hear them all the time. I also have my window open, so that helps. 2 things I could smell. Well, first thing I could smell is just the outside air, I guess you could say, considering the window's open. Kind of stuffed up though, which doesn't help. I also smell a little bit of my lavender in the other room. Lavender oil. And 1 thing I could taste, my own spit. No, water, because I literally just drank it. All right, notes and reflections. Feel more present for sure. That's literally all I can really say. And I'm less anxious, and I definitely want to put that because I'm definitely feeling anxious lately, but this exercise really helped. All right, that is the third section of the Ground Yourself workbook series. I will see you guys all next week with week 4, regulating your emotions. I will see you guys all then. Bye.